These fighters thought they could get away with anything, but for their dirty and arrogant actions, they were punished in an incredibly harsh way. Hello friends, you are on the Fast Punch channel, and today you will see how overconfident and arrogant fighters got what they deserved.
To follow it up, again with the jab.
Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our new channel.
Stop!
Javid, the loudmouth trash talker in Russian MMA. He loves to get under his opponent's skin before fights, constantly insulting them and starting brawls. However, his fiercest conflict was with a certain Mike Alcivi.
Твой папочка тебе конкретно хайп дает здесь. Нравится тебе? Звони своей подружке, скажи, что ты красавчик.
Javid was, of course, the instigator, promising to knock out Mikhail, claiming he wouldn't even feel him, calling him a loser, and provoking him in every possible way. Once again, a brawl ensued, and Javid got knocked out.
Пацаны, на минутку можете.
After which he went berserk and delivered 4 blows from behind. The conflict went beyond all limits because the fighters literally despised each other. Reserve threatened to knock out Civi, and this is what happened. Before and during the fight, Ozaev made disrespectful faces and was immediately sent into a brutal knockdown. He fell again. In the end, he was brutally knocked out. The aggressive trash talker got knocked out just as hard and put in his place.
Mate, you're 40! Get that fucking phone out of your hand like a fucking kid! You should have worn him on the first fucking day, you stupid baldy twat! This is my boxing ring! I am boxing!
Conor McGregor is known for his fierce trash talk, and his bout with boxing legend Floyd Mayweather was another confirmation of that. Before their fight, McGregor, as usual, had a lot to say to Floyd Mayweather. He let his emotions run wild and tirelessly shouted at Floyd.
You fucking weasel and you fucking bitch! There is nothing these can do to faze me! Floyd is an old, weak bitch! What are you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even read! 40 years old carrying a school bag! The man doesn't even fucking read!
In the fight itself, Conor surprised. In the early rounds, he held his own, putting Floyd in awkward positions and landing great shots. However, starting from the middle of the fight, Floyd's experience and Conor's poor gas tank played their role. Mayweather began to take the initiative and ultimately dominated, beating Conor. Exhausted, McGregor had no choice but to take the hits and realize that his words didn't match reality.
Dog, he ugly. Tyson ugly. He a homo. We will listen to national. Michelle Tyson is a homo. Point blank. Michelle Tyson. He's a homo. He's still homo. His wife a homo. And I'm gonna knock him out. I don't care what nobody say. If I want to threaten me, he would fight me. He's a homo. He's scared of me. He ducking me. Ain't no man around. I knocked him out of a 50-minute commercial deal.
The fight where Mike Tyson met a real gangster, Mitch Green, was daring.
And you know it. You hit me, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Mitch Green was a bold gang leader and a boxer, which is why, in the lead-up to his fight with intimidating Mike Tyson, he insulted Mike, calling him a punk and threatening to kill him. However, Mitch Green's audacity did him no good in the fight. Mike Tyson literally beat up his arrogant opponent in a mocking manner.
Bad habit of leaning back. Watch the left hook of Mike Tyson's quickest shot. There's the left hook. Did draw a warning from Luis Rivera, the referee, about holding.
In the fight, Tyson enjoyed putting the gangster in his place for the disrespect shown.
That's something that he did not do against Quick Tillis.
Yo! Come on, babe!
Punches.
Big right.
Green tried to respond with quick punches, but Mike easily evaded them with a smile.
Just laughing at him.
Making a fist when he throws his punches.
In the end, Green was mercilessly beaten by Mike.
Just short, so
One for the winner. For his
He couldn't accept the defeat and confronted Tyson on the street, but even there, Tyson delivered a powerful blow, knocking Green to the ground. The epic Barda always had intense rivalries, but perhaps the most notable was his clash with Peter Graham. At the press conference, the audacious and fiery Barda Hari inexplicably reached out to kiss his opponent, which turned the tense conversation into a brawl after Barda's strike. Watching Barda was not for the faint-hearted. In the first round, the more experienced Peter Graham had the advantage. He excelled in exchanges and landed more powerful shots. Towards the end, he hit Barda with an overhand and staggered the young Hari, but he faced a strong counter. The second round began with a left hook, and the fighters continued to exchange fierce blows. Exhausting clashes made the fight resemble a bar brawl. Towards the end, Peter delivered a spinning wheel kick and staggered Hari. The third round didn't differ much from the previous ones. The fighters continued to fight ruthlessly. The fight continued until Peter hit a hurricane kick that literally brought down the audacious young fighter. Vitaly Klitschko encountered many rough fighters in his career, but his confrontation with Derek Chisora became a cult classic because the brazen Chisora managed to irritate both Klitschko brothers. Before the fight with Vitaly Klitschko, at the weigh-in, Derek delivered a powerful palm strike, the height of disrespect. During the announcements, Derek Chisora approached the younger brother and instead of shaking his hand, spat directly in his face. It was the epitome of rudeness. The brothers remained calm and composed. The fights began, and Vitaly Klitschko began to pick apart his opponent from a distance. Chisora threw single punches, failing to reach the elusive Vitaly at that moment. Klitschko easily outboxed his opponent, showcasing a vast gap in skill levels and embarrassingly winning round after round. Klitschko savored every moment of the fight, forcing Chisora to answer for all his dirty actions. Chisora showed nothing, and Klitschko literally schooled him in the boxing ring, a case where such a dirty move in the ring led to chaos. But let's move on to the fight. Myrtle Granart faced Harut Gregorian under kickboxing rules.
Fights for the world title against
Both fighters immediately began to exchange fierce blows.
Granart, a -215 favorite in this fight.
Both were ready to kill each other.
Raw, would he not?
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Eventually, as the round goes.
Constant attacks from both led to a clinch.
Loves those flying knees, but he just ain't.
At one moment, Granart struck with a knee and opened a cut on his opponent, who, thinking the referee was aware, decided to step back, but Granart hit from behind and knocked him
All
out.
5 judges. Oh my! Defend yourself at all times.
Granart was already celebrating, but Gregorian's team, dissatisfied, attacked Granart. All of this escalated into a scandal, but ultimately, the victory was given to Granart. This is yet another confirmation that one should never relax during a fight. The bout between Ben Glynn and Julian Wallace. The unassuming American conducted himself very politely, while the tattooed fighter appeared excessively arrogant, pushing his opponent with his fist,
just the details for the fighters.
and then with his face. He felt like a king. However, in the fight, he clearly regretted it. The American knocked him out in 20 seconds. It was pleasant to witness. That was the instance when the modest one forced his opponent to end his career due to his audacity. After this, Julian Wallace was put in his place. He never stepped into the ring again. Braulio Rodriguez managed to get a match with Ryan Garcia. During the weigh-in, he said that he would tear Garcia apart and eventually decided to shove his opponent. Garcia easily responded and awaited the day of reckoning. Garcia entered the ring in excellent shape and showcased his skills well from the beginning of the first round. At the end of the round, he knocked Rodriguez down, who simply smiled to hide his fear. The second round proceeded calmly until the audacious fighter began to dance. Moreover, he imagined himself as Muhammad Ali, which Garcia did not appreciate. At the end of the round, Garcia brutally beat his opponent, but Rodriguez continued to behave audaciously, sticking out his tongue. In the fourth round, Rodriguez still hadn't grasped the need to behave more modestly and barely made it to the end of the round.
This is what I expected.
Rodriguez trying to weather the storm.
The fifth round proved to be the end for Rodriguez. Garcia sensed blood and with a ferocious right hook put his opponent to sleep.
How did he weather that? Another one. And a hook. And down he goes. First knockdown was a hook. That was a...
The fight where both bloggers decided to settle their differences in a boxing match. Austin McBroom versus Gibb. Prior to the fight, Gibb was modest and reserved, refraining from unnecessary words. However, McBroom had a different approach, considering himself too good for the fight. He expressed his thoughts, stating,
he's not getting past 3 rounds. Like I said, Bryce, my last opponent, lasted 3 rounds. He's not lasting longer than 3 rounds.
3 rounds.
On the day of the fight, in the first round, McBroom proves his words. However, he allows himself a dirty gesture. His opponent pays no attention and continues to fighting. Until the third round, he exhausts his opponent and delivers powerful blows, one of which drops the audacious fighter. McBroom easily gets up and smiles, but soon after, he again misses a powerful blow and finds himself on the canvas. Despite this, he continues to smile. In the fourth round, Gibb gains momentum and sends his opponent into the third knockdown. The smile fades from his face, but it doesn't help, as the ferocious Gibb sends him into the fourth knockdown. He manages to get up again, but for the last time, as moments later, a strong right punch lands. After which he doesn't rise, and our favourite Gibb emerges victorious.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
The fight between Joe Harden and Johan Segar took place on February 18, 2017. On that day, Joe Harden stepped into the ring for his title fight against the French fighter Johan Segar. Initially, both fighters struggled to find their range and land significant strikes on each other. However, as soon as Joe Harden managed to connect,
any nice front teeth.
He began to behave disrespectfully and taunt his opponent.
Touch gloves in the leg.
Right, so go until the ref stops you, but no.
Nice overhand right there, and he mugs a little bit.
Then came a solid strike from a turnaround, followed by more antics. It seemed that Joe considered himself an incredibly creative fighter, but in reality, he appeared as a brash fighter who deserved a lesson. The French fighter was clearly losing the fight, but he remained composed, waiting for the moment when his disrespectful opponent would make a mistake. And he got what he was waiting for. A brutal head kick, subdued, and put the brash fighter in an awkward position.
Again with the jab.
This always sinks!
Look, you don't stop fighting until the referee stops you.
However, after this, the fighters apologized to each other, and despite the old grievances, they continued to be friends. What's the case when a cocky fighter was punished that you liked the most? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It's the best support for our new channel.
Yeah.